I'm Professor Leonard Brand. I teach geology and biology at Loma Linda University. And we were out here in this beautiful country on a faith and science conference, especially with teachers talking about research and about the rocks and how we try to put it all together. And there are so many fascinating things to study out here. When we can compare this geology work with what a scientist does in the laboratory. When you're studying science in the laboratory and doing experiments with living things, you can do your experiments over and over again, and you're studying things that are happening right now. When we're studying history, like these rocks and how they came to be and what were the processes, we can't go back. We're not there. We can't see what happened. But we can collect evidence, try to figure out what happened, or we can make hypotheses, theories, models, try to understand what happened. We can't reach the same level of confidence as we can in laboratory research, but it's exciting still to try to figure it out. There are many questions that everybody has, unanswered questions that everybody has who studies these things. If we find questions that we don't know answers for, we don't need to be worried about that or intimidated. Realize that everybody has plenty of unanswered questions. And that goes for those of us who believe that this was all a catastrophic process after the creation, and also those who believe this took many millions of years. We all have plenty of unanswered questions. And we all start from a foundation of faith. We have some kind of a worldview that begins with one or two assumptions that are based on faith. One difference between us as Christians and, say, a person who doesn't believe in creation or in a short age for Earth history, they have the same thing. The one difference is that we understand that our position begins with faith. Typically, the secular person doesn't understand, the secular scientist doesn't understand that they're starting with faith. I've heard scientists say, well, you people start with faith, we only deal with evidence. They're not being realistic. We all start from a position of some kind of faith commitments, and then we use those to try to understand the evidence. And we can do that very well. Try to understand these rocks, and as we do that, we find more answers. We all start with lots of unanswered questions, but as we continue to do research, some of those questions get answered, and we keep finding answers and better ideas. Some of those things we'll find answers to in heaven, but we can make progress right now in understanding these rocks.